side of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Yes, both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Classes in session, hour 106.
No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as any manner of thy friends or of thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee.
No man is an island. No man stands alone. Each man has a brother, and remember, each man's dream has your own. Now we need one another, oh yes, and we ought to try to be friends. Each man has a brother, and each man has a friend. You can live in this world all by yourself. No, 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 you can't make it alone. Just as sure as you try to make it by yourself, you're gonna wake up and find you're gonna need somebody else. No man's an island. Oh, yeah. No man stands alone. Each man has a brother. Remember, each man's dream has your own. You can live in this world all by yourself. No, 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 you can't make it alone. Just as sure as you try to make it by yourself, you're gonna wake up and find you're gonna need somebody else. No man's an island. No, no man stands alone. Each man has a brother. Remember, each man's dream has your own. No
It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and 2022 marks the start of the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the 18th day of the third month of 2022, the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development, the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Glass, and the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture. Here in Jamaica and in the United States, the month of March is being observed as Intellectual Disabilities Awareness Month. Also in the US, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, Endometriosis Awareness Month, Salt Awareness Month, and Women's History Month. In fact, this week is Salt Awareness Week. In the UK, here in Jamaica, that is Salt Awareness Week in Jamaica. In the UK, March is also Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. The anniversary of the death of President Saeed Mohammed Sheikh is being commemorated in the Comoros. It's Marien Ngouabi Day in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Men's Day in Mongolia, National Flag and Anthem Day in Aruba, and Soldiers' Day in Mongolia. Hoy es viernes el 18 de marzo 2022 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos.
No, it's an island. No man.
C'est vendredi le 18 mars 2022 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Friday, the 18th of March, 2022, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you can download from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953. 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat, there's always YouTube, and we encourage you to go to the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. You should see this video trending now. If you're not seeing it, then in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and we encourage you to subscribe to the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel, like the page or like the channel, and share it as well. More in a moment.
Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and you will feel better. The service is clearly different. Marjan's Pharmacy, call 876-703-6335. The time by Marjan's Pharmacy is
2:15.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
The following is a public service announcement. Power 106 FM has been informed that unscrupulous persons are calling members of the public, attempting to trick them that they've won a Power 106 FM and digital promotion. Power 106 FM is not involved in any such promotion and is advising persons that receive such calls that this is a scam. Once again, Power 106 FM has no current promotions. Thus, persons receiving calls that they've won prizes from a Power 106 FM promotion should not believe it, because this is a scam. The preceding was a public service announcement.
No man stands alone. Each man has a brother. Remember, each man has your own.
If you don't recognize the voice, let's help you. In terms of the recording we have been playing, that's a young Dennis Brown. A young Dennis Brown doing "No Man is an Island." That phrase actually comes from a work by John Donne. That's where the phrase comes from. And that's what we shared at the top of the program. And we paired that with Dennis Brown's rendition of "No Man is an Island. No man stands alone." Ever so often we need to be reminded how much we need each other, whether we want to accept it or not, whether we believe it or not, whether we buy it or not. We need each other. We need each other, and together we are stronger. Together we are stronger. Good afternoon to Norman Hines in St. Thomas. All things being well, Norman Hines, I gather I might see you in church on Sunday. Let's see if we can bring that up. There's a church service on Sunday, part of the RGR Gleaner Crossroad. I beg your pardon, the RGR Gleaner Communications Group cross country. And there is a church service on Sunday in St. Thomas. Let's tell you which church this is, Norman Hines. This looks like, right, because we're going into, so far we have done Region 1, which is comprised of Westmoreland, Hanover, Trelawney, and St. James. And now we're coming to the end of Region 2, which takes into account Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth. And the activities in Region 2 will end tomorrow, Saturday, the 19th of March. And then Region 3 will get going on Sunday, the 20th of March. And Region 3 is comprised of St. Thomas, Portland, St. Mary, and St. Anne. And in fact, all things being equal, the information we have is that on Sunday, we're supposed to be at St. David's Anglican Church in Yallas, St. Thomas. So we look forward to seeing you in church on Sunday morning, the 20th of March, at St. David's Anglican Church in Yallas, St. Thomas, for the start of Region 3 of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group cross country. So all things being well, we'll see you in church, will we? Norman Hines, all things being well, let's hope we see you in church on Sunday. That's 8:30 Sunday morning, 8:30 Sunday morning at St. David's Anglican Church in Yallas, St. Thomas. Make a note of it, on Sunday. And right, there you go. And we'll continue to observe the COVID-19 protocols, notwithstanding the announcements and declarations yesterday by the Prime Minister. Vanicia Grant says, good day, Mr. Dervan Malcolm. To you too, Vanicia. And it can be one of two pronunciations, I would imagine, either Vanicia or Venetia. Is it Venetia or Venetia? Tell us, please. In the meantime, Golden Brown, good afternoon to you. Thanks for joining us. Velta Wilson, we hope we'll see you in church as well on Sunday, or will we? She says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Have a blessed weekend. Same to you, Velta Wilson. Let's see if our paths cross in St. Thomas. Cherry Henry, good afternoon. Cherry Henry says, have a blessed weekend, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Blessed weekend to you too, Cherry Henry. Thank you very much. All the best. Over on YouTube, Asher Ash says, hi, Dervan. Back again. Still watching from London, England. Well, thank you very much, Asher Ash in London, England, for tuning in. It's now 8:21 p.m., I believe, in England. You're 6 hours ahead of us now, which makes it, so it's now 22 minutes past 8 o'clock in the evening in London, England. How are things going, Asher Ash? Are those numbers going up still? Last week, the numbers, there was a dramatic increase in the newly confirmed COVID-19 cases, some 48,000. Where are the numbers this week? How are those numbers looking? And what are the implications? Have there been any further adjustments, or you just proceed according to the last set of announcements with respect to COVID-19? Please fill us in if you're able to, Asher Ash. Velta Wilson says, if the service would be in Morant Bay, you would see me. All right, well, we didn't have a choice. Well, I didn't have it. Well, I don't know who chose Yallas, but it is what it is. No problem, Velta Wilson. We'll Who knows? We might very well have a cross-country broadcast in Morant Bay. Who knows? Anything is possible, including everything. Thank you very much for your messages. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Let's give you an update on developments at home and abroad in case you have been too busy to pay attention to the news. What do we have here? Williams Jackson in 60-meter final. That's the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Belgrade, Serbia. And as always, we wish our we wish our athletes well. And while we're on the subject of sports, well, let's give you the latest here coming out of, and this is courtesy of the Gleaners online platform, the Gleaners website. Olympic Games 400-meter finalist Stephanie Ann McPherson is through to another major global final after winning her semifinal at the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Belgrade, Serbia, in season's best 51.26 seconds. McPherson led from the start and held off the challenge of Femke Bol of the Netherlands, who finished second in 51.28. Olympic champion Shawnee Miller, let's do that again. Shawnee Miller-Weibo of the Bahamas won the other semifinal in a season's best 51.38 to advance to Saturday's final, which will get underway at 1:55 p.m. So the World Athletics Indoor Championships on in Belgrade, Serbia. And that's the latest information we have. We also, still in relation to the championships, news that Jamaica's Brianna Williams and Sharika Jackson have advanced to the women's 60-meter final at the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Belgrade, Serbia today. Jackson is the fastest non-automatic qualifier after she finished third in her semifinal heat in a personal best 7.08 seconds behind world leader Yua Swoboda of Poland, who won the heat in 7.03, and Mary Beth I'm suspecting that a letter is missing. Should that be Saint, as in, or Saint in English? Saint-Price, Mary Beth Saint-Price. Perhaps we'll do a quick check on that. Let's see, Mary Beth. Oui, c'est ça. It's no I missing. But it looks French, so it would be Saint-Price. It would still be Saint-Price. Oui, thank you very much. So that's that. And young Brianna Williams looked quite easy in winning her semifinal in 7.08 seconds to advance. That final is set for, this afternoon, is it? 2:55 p.m. Jamaica time. I think it's today, because, yes, 2:55. That's not too long from now. Let's see how they go. In terms of cricket, these West Indian women, don't play with them, you know. Yes, they've lost a couple of matches, but when it seems as if this is it and they're all, they're down and out, they come fighting back. So the West Indies women, they won their most recent match by 4 runs. That was yesterday, by 4 runs. Charmaine Campbell's patient, unbeaten 53 in a match dominated by spin bowling allowed the West Indies to edge Bangladesh by 4 runs in a low-scoring match decided in the final over at the Women's Cricket World Cup, and this is 50-over cricket. After restricting the West Indies to 140 for 9, Bangladesh came to the final over, needing 8 runs to win with only 1 wicket left at Mount Maunganui, New Zealand, Mount Maunganui. West Indies captain Stephanie Taylor took the responsibility of bowling the last over, and on the third ball knocked over the stumps of number 11 Faria Trisna to clinch her team's victory as Bangladesh were bowled out for 136. In the dramatic final moments of the match, West Indies fast bowler Shamila Connell appeared to suffer a serious medical problem and was taken from the Bay Oval by ambulance. Teammates and medical staff rushed to Connell's assistance as she showed signs of distress. She received treatment from paramedics and was eventually able to walk to the ambulance. That's the fighting spirit we're talking about. Who was it who bowled? Oh Lord, yes indeed. Davin says the males need to have that fighting spirit as well. The West Indies men, where are they now? What's the score? Let's see if we can bring up the score to see if they're actually fighting. Really putting up a fight. Let's see. Waiting on ESPN Cricinfo to populate the page. What do we have here? They're really putting up a fight. They're really putting up a fight here. I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's a battle of attrition, it seems. England eventually declared their first innings at 507 for 9. This is the third day of the test match being played at the Kensington Oval in Bridgetown, Barbados. The West Indies trail England by 287 runs. So let's take a look at the scorecard itself and tell you where they are right now. Again, here we go. Well. Craig Brathwaite, he's a stayer, isn't he? One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30.
Traveling to Jamaica with unaccompanied shipment? The Jamaica Customs Agency is encouraging all air passengers with unaccompanied shipments who have a taxpayer registration number, TRN, to present it to customs upon arrival. This will subsequently facilitate faster processing when clearing your unaccompanied shipments. The Jamaica Customs Agency will continue to implement measures to improve our service delivery and your service experience. You may contact us at 876-922-5140 to 8 or email public.relations@jca.gov.jm on this and other customs-related matters. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Treat yourself to famous Jamaican jerk dishes at Sweetwood Jerk Joint. Succulent pork, chicken served with mouth-watering side orders. Sweetwood Jerk Joint, open every day. Call 876-906-4854 or come to 78 Knoxon Boulevard in Kingston in a secured environment. Across from Emancipation Park, all COVID-19 protocols observed. Sweetwood Jerk Joint, the home of Jamaican jerk.
Consumer Talks, educating and empowering consumers towards a more vigilant and confident consumer-friendly Jamaica. Join us every second and last Tuesday of each month at 9:35 on Real Business. Listen and learn about your rights and responsibilities. Learn how the CAC works to empower consumers in Jamaica. Consumer Talks, brought to you by the Consumer Affairs Commission, protecting your rights, securing our future.
Get front row access to 5 exhilarating days of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships live on OneSpotMedia.com. Pay-per-view from April 5 to 9. Purchase your early bird season pass for only US $27.99. Offer ends March 27. Or the regular season pass for US $34.99. You may also purchase day passes. Days 1, 2, and 3 for US $10.99 each. Day 4 US $15.99. And day 5 US $20.99. Simply log into One Spot Media, select the pay-per-view tab, and buy your ticket. You may also download the One Spot Media app and watch on the go. Purchase your pay-per-view ticket.
The following is a public service announcement. Power 106 FM has been informed that unscrupulous persons are calling members of the public, attempting to trick them that they've won a Power 106 FM and digital promotion. Power 106 FM is not involved in any such promotion. and is advising persons that receive such calls that this is a scam. Once again, Power 106 FM has no current promotions. Thus, persons receiving calls that they've won prizes from a Power 106 FM promotion should not believe it, because this is a scam. The preceding was a public service announcement.
Thanks a lot for staying with us. Thank you very much, Asha Ash in London, England, for confirming that you're not yet an hour ahead of us. It usually happens at some time. Is it British Summertime, BST, or British Standard Time? Not there yet. Thank you for that, Asha Ash. And Donovan Campbell says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. To you too, Donovan Campbell. We were about to give you the latest in the West Indies versus England second test match. This is the third day at Kensington Oval in Bridgetown, Barbados. And we were saying Craig Brathwaite appears to be quite a stayer, isn't he? Stayer, because he's still there at the crease. He is 96 not out, having faced 268 balls and playing 11 fours, 11 boundaries. But the important number to watch, 269 balls Craig Brathwaite has faced, Captain Craig Brathwaite. So he's being a stayer right now. He's not ready to leave the wicket. 4 runs away from a century. We don't want to jinx him. Let's tell you as well that Shamar Brooks is 39 not out. He's really grinding it out. He's sticking in, well, not sticking, he's digging in his heels. He has faced 105 balls and played 5 fours. The batsman out. John Campbell caught by Foakes off the bowling of Fisher. Shamar Brooks caught by Wokes off the bowling of Leach. And Nkrumah Bonner trapped LBW by Stokes. I beg your pardon. Shamar Brooks was out for 39. Sorry. The other batsman with Craig Brathwaite is Jermaine Blackwood, the Jamaican, Jermaine Blackwood, who is a stayer as well. He loves to stay at the crease and bat and bat and bat. He is 63 not out. I beg your pardon. He is 63 not out. Jermaine Blackwood, 63 not out. He has faced 142 balls and smashed 8 boundaries. So that's Jermaine Blackwood. So those are the not out batsmen. Captain Craig Brathwaite, 96 not out, having faced 270 deliveries and crashing 11 balls to the boundary. And Jermaine Blackwood, 63 not out, having faced 143 balls, including 8 fours. We wish them well. So they're really putting up a fight, maybe drawing some inspiration from the women. Oh, but we wanted to... Oh dear, where is that story now? We wanted to give you an idea of where the West Indies women are in terms of the standings. Let's see if we can give that to you. Table. Let's look at the points table. So the Australian women have played 4 matches and have won 4 to pick up 8 points. The South African women, 4 matches, 4 victories. So they're on 8 points along with the women of Australia. And the West Indies women are in 3rd place. They have played 5 matches. They have won 3 and lost 2. And so let's see. They're in the runnings, no doubt about that. But there are other matches to come. But we wish them well. We wish the West Indies women well. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's finish with the stories trending on the Gleaners website. Canada says no COVID test results needed for vaccinated travelers. So if you are fully vaccinated, you can fly in and out of Canada. No need to do any COVID test. That's one of the stories trending right now on the Gleaners website. And to give you a little more, the story coming out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Love that place. The Canadian government's announcement it is dropping the requirement for vaccinated travelers to show a negative COVID-19 test result to enter the country was greeted with relief by tourism and business groups on both sides of the border. Health Minister Jean-Yves Duclos. So his first name is Jean, which is pronounced Jean. That's the French for John. Jean. And it's a double barrel first name. So the other half of the name is Yves, Yves. Now you can run it on actually. So you instead of saying Jean-Yves, you can say Jean-Yves, and the surname is Duclos. And because it's French, we don't pronounce the S at the end. So it's Duclos, Jean-Yves Duclos. So the health minister, Jean-Yves Duclos, said tests would no longer be needed starting the 1st of April. No fooling, serious business. Currently, fully vaccinated travelers entering Canada must present proof of a negative result from a professionally administered antigen test. Well, things will change as of the 1st of April. If you're traveling to Canada, as of the 1st of April, not before, as of the 1st of April, if you're traveling to Canada, you will no longer need a negative COVID-19 test to enter that country. Right. That's an indication of the general easing of restrictions. The PSOJ says the removal of the Disaster Risk Management Act will spur increased economic activity. Of course, PSOJ, as long as you play your part. As long as you play your part. India buys Russian oil despite pressure for sanctions. Well, India can afford to do that, apparently. They're the world's largest democracy. And let's just say they have earned that position. But it puts them in an invidious position, because then how do you go back to your so-called allies and friends after this, especially when most of them are supporting sanctions against Russia? Let's hear the Indian has the Indian Prime Minister spoken on this? Let's see. What's the official word? The state-run Indian Oil Corp bought 3 million barrels of crude oil from Russia earlier this week to secure its energy needs, resisting Western pressure to avoid such purchases, an Indian government official said today. The official said India has not imposed sanctions against buying oil and will be looking to purchase more oil from Russia, despite calls not to from the US and other countries. The official's spokesperson, on condition of anonymity, says he was not authorized to talk to reporters. The United States, Britain, and other Western countries are urging India to avoid buying Russian oil and gas. Indian media reports said Russia was offering a discount on oil purchases of 20% below global benchmark prices. Now, it really puts the Indian government in a spot there, because on the face of it, Well, we don't know if they would love to support the rest of the world and boycott doing business with Russia, or they have taken an indifferent position to the Russian Western world standoff. But then when you throw in the 20% discount, when Vladimir Putin says, all right, we'll drop the price by 20%, isn't that a deal? And of course, the Indians accepted the deal. Such prices, in terms of oil prices, have surged in recent weeks, using a huge burden, I beg your pardon, posing a huge burden for countries like India, which imports 85% of the oil it consumes. And I thought we were bad. Well, we're bad too, where that is concerned. We import, is it 90? Where are we? No. Let me not mix them up. The JPS depends on oil for about 97%. I don't know if the percentage has changed, but the last time I checked, for about 97, either somewhere between 92 and 97% of its energy needs, and that obviously has implications for Jamaica. I'm just not remembering now the overall demand, the level of consumption here in Jamaica, but it's pretty significant, because we haven't found oil yet in Jamaica, have we? Right. And right, so let's leave that there for now.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
exporters, importers, traders, all stakeholders. The Jamaica Customs Agency presents its first Trade Facilitation Symposium under the theme Balancing Trade Facilitation and Compliance. Wednesday, March 23, 2022, from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Live on the Jamaica Customs Agency's YouTube channel. That's the Jamaica Customs Agency's virtual symposium on trade, March 23, 2022 at 10 a.m. This is a symposium you can't afford to miss. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Jesus, Jesus, oh Jesus, Jesus, oh how I love to call your name.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious call-in program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us.
You shall live. Amen. You shall be a living testimony. You're on the love side.
The following is a public service announcement. Power 106 FM has been informed that unscrupulous persons are calling members of the public, attempting to trick them that they've won a Power 106 FM and digital promotion. Power 106 FM is not involved in any such promotion and is advising persons that receive such calls that this is a scam. Once again, Power 106 FM has no current promotions. Thus, persons receiving calls that they've won prizes from a Power 106 FM promotion should not believe it, because this is a scam. The proceeding was a public service announcement.
Just as sure as you try.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112, 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can also call us on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. Just saw another curious story. Men arrested following Lawrence Tavern robbery police shootout. Two men were arrested following a police shootout in Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew on Thursday. That was yesterday. The men were apprehended following a robbery at a gaming business which is located near the Lawrence Tavern police station. The police also seized stolen gaming boxes, tools, and a motor vehicle. 5 men went into the establishment heavily armed, and the police came and there was a shootout. Some of the men ran into bushes. After challenging the police, 2 people were arrested. A senior officer who requested anonymity told the Gleaner. These men are so brazen. Right at the station it happened, basically at the station gate. They challenged both the Lawrence Tavern police and the team from Constant Spring who came to assist, the lawmen added. Those boxes have been the target of thieves right across the island, the police source told the Gleaner. In recent weeks, there have been robberies at bars in Irish Town, Central Kingston, and Stony Hill. God bless what some of these bars actually make. And people, it's like some of the community shops. The community shops and community bars hardly make any money. And the same people in the community looking to terrorize them, looking to rob the community bars and the community shops. Oh boy. Right, so that's another of the stories doing the rounds right now. We don't want you to miss anything. And I think, what was this one now? Man charged in fatal Bogwalk Gorge crash granted $300,000 bail. That's another of the stories trending right now. All right, let's clear some of the messages that you've sent us, and there are many messages, some of them left over from yesterday, and others with no bearing on the program right now. Just the usual messages that are sent all over the place. Someone by the name of Bunty, we haven't been able to listen to your voice note off air, and therefore we're not in a position yet to play that message. And thank you for sharing the pictures. We're seeing the pictures from Wise's birthday night, and he's there taking pictures with his wife and cutting the cake. And happy to celebrate your 71st with you, Wisey. The gift of family and friends. Thanks for the big up. He was tickled bright pink, says his wife. Though sorry for you. Nene said she never heard her name included in the birthday greetings to Roy. I'm in trouble now. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Nene. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. We sincerely apologize for not listing you, for not listing your name among the others. How could we not? How could we not? It's all good. All the best to you. And that's why, some people stay away from calling names, because when you forget to mention somebody on that within that family or that space, then you are in trouble. And so here we are dealing with that right now. But so it is. We're happy to know you enjoyed your birthday, and all the very best. How about that? All the very best Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, running through the messages quickly. All right, let's go back to Facebook Live and see what's happening there. Faye Weller says, hello, everyone. It's good to hear from all of us. Keep up the great work, Mr. Dervan. You're very kind, Faye Weller. Thank you. Steve in Toronto, Canada says, good afternoon. Please allow me to say R.I.P. to my aunt, Miss Emma Wellington. Oh, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Steve. Goodness, so sorry to hear that. Condolences to you and your family. She was indeed a regular listener to this program, Miss Emma Wellington. Condolences to the family of the late Emma Wellington. That's Steve McDonald's aunt. And Steve is saying, please allow me to say R.I.P. to my aunt, Miss Emma. I know that she's listening to you, Dervan, from up yonder. Now that your technicians sort out the app, please play She's Royal for her. Can we find that one? Let's see if we can find She's Royal there. My condolences and sympathies to the rest of the family and friends, says Steve in Toronto, Canada. And this is the song he wants us to play for his late aunt, or on the passing of his late aunt, Miss Emma Wellington.
Natural beauty, you know. Yeah, no, I never been someone shy until I see your eyes. Still I had to try. Yeah. Oh, yes. Let me get my words right and then approach you. When I treat you like a man is supposed to, you'll never have to cry. No. I know everyone can relate to when they find a special someone. And she's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, the way she moves to her own beat. She has the qualities of a queen. She's a queen. Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen. She's a queen. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's royal, yeah, so royal. And I need her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind until the night that I see your eyes. Oh, my queen, so sweet. I can see in her eyes the way she smiles. Hey, yes, I know the king and queen crown, same time. So I never leave your side. Just stick with me through the quiet times. And she says she don't mind. Alright, I know good man is hard to find. And she telling about that giant line. That's why she has no ties at this time. Yeah, I know many men are trying, but she needs to be more than wine and dine because she's royal, yeah, so royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so divine. The way she moves to her own beat. She has the qualities of a queen, so supreme. Ooh, ooh, natural beauty. Don't need no makeup, be a cutie. She's a queen.
Special request by Steve MacDonald on the passing of his late aunt, Ms. Emma Wellington. Condolences again to the family. Steve, all the best. David Allen says, "Hi, Mr. Malcolm. I do not like how the mayor of Kingston and the minister of local government are treating downtown Kingston, the real capital of Jamaica. The parade square is in the direct heart of the city of Kingston, but it is kept extremely dirty and untidy. The Ward Theatre needs to be painted. The concrete seats around the parade need to be repaired. The metal railings in front of Mothers and Ward Theatre need to be repaired and painted. The St. William Grant Park surroundings need to be washed with detergent and bleach to hide the strong urine bad smell. The place is just a mess with a lot of garbage all around. The parade square should be the cleanest place in Jamaica. Why the government don't allow the Jamaica Defense Force to be in charge of the upkeep of the parade square, where they can also perform their march past every 6 months?" Pertinent questions there, and not unique to the parade square in downtown Kingston, I'm afraid. There's a virus of nastiness that pervades our society, and we have to do what we can while we can to see. Those of us who know better, let's just do better. But for the time being, over to the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation to clean up downtown Kingston.
So royal, and I need her in my life.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock. Sip a cuppa.
Sipa Copper?
Yes, sip a cuppa.
Sipa Copper what?
Sip a cuppa Ital Jamaican Moringa tea bags. Sip a cuppa Moringa, turmeric, vervine, neem, and guinea hen wheat tea bags today. Sip a cuppa tea is available in supermarkets island-wide. So sip a cuppa today. You'll be happy you did. Distributed by Caramel Group Limited.
The following is a public service announcement. Power 106 FM has been informed that unscrupulous persons are calling members of the public, attempting to
Hello,
trick them that
afternoon,
they've
Miss
won
Needham.
a Power
Thanks for
106
calling.
FM
Hold the
and
line,
digital
please.
promotion. Power 106 FM is
Hi,
not
one
involved
moment,
in any
please.
such promotion and is
We're in a
advising
commercial
persons
break.
that
One
receive
moment,
such
please.
calls that this is a scam. Once again, Power 106 FM has no current promotions. Thus, persons receiving calls that they've won prizes from a Power 106 FM promotion should not believe it, because this is a scam. The proceeding was a public service announcement.
Jesus, Jesus, oh Jesus, Jesus, oh how I love to call your name.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious call-in program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us.
You shall live to declare the works of the Lord. Amen. You shall be a living testimony. You're on the Lord's side.
As you roll, now we need one another. Oh yes, and we all try to be friends. Each man has a brother, and each man.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Good afternoon, Miss Needham. How are you?
I'm okay, Mr. Malcolm. How are you? Did you bring back piece of the cabbage for me?
No, we haven't cooked it yet. It's at home though.
Okay. Well, my concern, Mr. Malcolm, I hear everyone talking about cross country, but I don't hear nobody talking about Wilson's Run in Trelawney.
What about it?
You can go up there and host a program. No sponsor for Wilson's Run.
We don't know. I have nothing to do with the decision-making process in terms of where the cross country goes. What we know is that there's a schedule, and according to the schedule, Trelawney's time has passed because Region 1, Trelawney is in Region 1, and that was March 5 to 12. So I'm sure the team visited and broadcast from sections of Trelawney. I'm not sure if they went to Wilson's Run. I don't know.
But not really, because I listen to Power 106 and no one go to Trelawney, Mr. Malcolm.
No, man, they had broadcasts. They had broadcasts. They had broadcasts in Trelawney.
Those who are in the office eating yellow yam and this Trelawney produce it.
Yeah, they had broadcasts in Trelawney. They did broadcasts in Trelawney.
Sir?
Their broadcasts were held in Trelawney. It's just that they didn't go to Wilson's Run. So maybe you have to write to Claire Grant, Mrs. Claire Grant of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group, and insist that she includes Wilson's Run on the next run.
So what is the address to write to her, sir?
32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5.
Well, I'm going to get a pen, Mr. Malcolm.
All right.
2
Lyndhurst Road.
Wait, I'm going to get a pen. You know, so you only don't, mommy. No.
Your line is open. Yes. 32 Lyndhurst Road. Lynthurst.
32 Lyndhurst Road and Miss Claire Grant.
Mrs. Claire Grant, yes.
And state what I have to say, sir.
That's right. Put it in writing.
Okay. And the next thing again, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
I hear Mr. Fulton was talking to Mrs. Mackenzie.
Mr. Fulton, that's Lenworth Fulton, the president of the Jamaica Agricultural Society.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
But I hear him bring up a very interesting point, Mr. Malcolm, and the same thing I put to you already, and I hear a young boy say that granny, we used to cook food in the pot, Mr. Malcolm, and feed the pig in the country back in the days. And you when you cook your dinner, the pot water that leave, you chop up the cocoa head and the badu head and everything, and put in the pot, and you cook, and you give that pig that food, and the amount of pig you get from that pig and everything was okay with the pig, and the meat was so nice back in the days. But now everybody now just buying the bag feed and those things.
Well, it's a matter of choice. People have choices, and they'll make the choices that they feel are in their best interest.
Okay. All right, this is my point, Mr. Malcolm.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you for the call. Take care. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Andrea Jackson says, hello, Dervan. Happy Friday to you too, Andrea Jackson. Happy Friday to you too. Anthony Davis says, hail, Dervan. What plan Andrew have for that embarrassing looking damaged clock in the middle of Halfway Tree Square? Well, we have been on a clock campaign for a long time in this country, and very little has happened in that regard. We always say on this program that say what you want to say about the colonial masters. At least they taught us the importance of time, but apparently, for the most part, we haven't learned that, or we couldn't care less. We don't. We too many of us lack the appreciation for the fact that time is life, time is death, time is money. And we were on a campaign for some years, and then the Bureau of Standards picked it up, and they had a big clock at the entrance to the Bureau of Standards Jamaica on Winchester Road. They also had a clock near uh, near the YMCA on Hope Road, and they also fixed the halfway tree clock, so it was working. And then for whatever reason, this didn't happen, that happened, this stopped working, and in fact there was a fire in that tower, that clock tower in halfway tree. There was a fire there as well, set by someone of unsound mind. And everything just crashed again, as the song says, everything crashed. We gather, well, for what it's worth though, the crossroads clock has been brought back to some level of functionality. And so I've heard it chiming before, so it works, the crossroads clock. I'm not sure which other clocks in the town centers across Jamaica actually work, but that's something we have taken for granted. We were being taught the importance of time, and we were being socialized along those lines, but we rejected that as one of the remnants of colonialism. So here we are, not knowing the time. And when we're supposed to start at 10, we don't start until 11 and 11:30 and 12, because Jamaica time is any time. And at 60 as a country, surely we should be shedding that now. At least we should have shed that a long time ago, but almost, well, we're just about 60, or almost properly 60. And we still don't know time in Jamaica. What a thing. Not a good thing. Randy Williams says, happy Friday, Dervan. Just paid $13 for a 16-ounce can of Ackee. Is that US dollars, Canadian dollars, Jamaican dollars? Randy, where are you again? Please remind us. Please remind us. What, don't you have family here in Jamaica, Randy? And what your family members can do, and I'm not sure if they've done it before, is to buy the Ackees right here in Jamaica, clean them up, make sure you get rid of that red thing in the middle, and having done so, you then bag it and put it in the refrigerator, the freezer, and freeze it until some family member is ready to travel, and they carry the Ackee with them, the frozen Ackee, and they're good to go. And they wouldn't have to pay 13 US, assuming it's US, or 13 Canadian, whatever the amount is. You can freeze your Ackee and take it with you, or freeze Ackee for family members and take it to them. Angela Foster, good afternoon to you. Thanks for tuning in. Paul in Philadelphia, good day. Good to have you on board. Franklin Robinson says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Are Jamaicans free to move around without masks? No, it's well, the mandate for the most part has been, it's not totally off, there's been an easing of the restriction. So you're encouraged, if you're in enclosed spaces, like where we are in an enclosed space, except that we don't have a crowd of people inside the studio. It's just two of us, the program assistant and the announcer. But if you're in a closed space or in an enclosed area, you shouldn't be packed up inside there or with any number of people without wearing a mask. And the general capacity, as I've read it in the press, is 70%. So no more than 70% of the prescribed capacity of that space. So we still have to, we have, it's not even have to, it is highly recommended, it remains highly recommended for us to wear masks when we are in enclosed spaces, within buildings especially. Outdoors, not so much. Well, it's because you're out in the open air, and from all indications thus far, that does make a difference. But if you're inside and there are other people inside, I mean, outside of your family, your immediate family, if it's a public enclosed space, then you want to be very careful, because we still have the flu, and there's also tuberculosis, and they are transmitted similarly in terms of what comes from the nostrils and the mouth, and even the eyes. These are entry points into the body as well. Let's take the break and come back and hear about the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency's Access Jamaica going to Orlando, Florida.
Coast to Coast Concrete, the high quality concrete for fencing, roofing, foundation, and road surfacing. Call 876-754-7472. The time by Coast to Coast Concrete is
3:15.
Do you have a
Traveling to
copy?
Jamaica with unaccompanied shipment? The Jamaica Customs
Okay,
Agency is
thanks.
encouraging all air passengers with unaccompanied shipments who have a taxpayer registration number, TRN, to present it to customs upon arrival. This will subsequently facilitate faster processing when clearing your unaccompanied shipments. The Jamaica Customs Agency will continue to implement measures to improve our service delivery and your service experience. You may contact us at 876-922-5140 to 8 or email public.relations@jca.gov.jm on this and other customs-related matters. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
The Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, is having another Access Jamaica event in Orlando, Florida. Come out and apply for or renew your Jamaican passport. Get your Jamaican citizenship by descent or by
4106,
marriage,
hello.
or apply for unconditional landing. Call at the Legends Resto and Lounge,
Hi, afternoon. You'd like to be on air?
International Drive, March 25
hold
to
a
27,
moment, please. We're in a
from
commercial
8:30
break now.
a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The Registrar General's Department will also be there to receive applications for birth, death, and marriage certificates. Other partner agencies include Grace Kennedy Foods, Western Union, JN Money, and the Victoria Mutual Building Society. Access Jamaica Orlando, March 25 to 27, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Come and access a range of services.
Hello?
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
The following is a public service announcement. Power 106 FM has been informed that unscrupulous persons are calling members of the public, attempting to trick them that they've won a Power 106 FM and digital promotion. Power 106 FM is not involved in any such promotion and is advising persons that receive such calls that this is a scam. Once again, Power 106 FM has no current promotions. Thus, persons receiving calls that they've won prizes from a Power 106 FM promotion should not believe it, because this is a scam. The proceeding was a public service announcement.
Each man has a brother, and each man has a friend. You can't live in this world all by yourself.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. To the listener who's holding on the WhatsApp line, which is the same as the text line, 876-365-3346. We crave your indulgence. We have a scheduled interview coming up right now. We'll be happy to reconnect with you after the interview. In the meantime, let's say hello, good afternoon, and welcome to our guests. Mrs. Deli Vassal, Director of Customer Service at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency. Mrs. Vassal, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Afternoon, Dervan. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure having you on board. Welcome to Suzette Rochester Lloyd as well. She's Chief Representative Officer, VM Florida Representative Office. Hello, Suzette Rochester Lloyd. Good to talk with you again. How are you?
I am amazing, Dervan. It's always a pleasure speaking with you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So we have been priming our listeners in a manner of speaking. We've been sharing with them the details of the upcoming Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, Access Jamaica initiative in Orlando, Florida, next weekend from the 25th to the 27th of March. And we want to ensure that members of the diaspora who routinely listen to this program are aware so they can make plans, and their family members, friends, and colleagues here in Jamaica who know of their interests will have also been getting that information to transmit. So let's help those in the diaspora who have never experienced Access Jamaica before, PICA Access Jamaica in the diaspora. Mrs. Vassal, what is that usually like, and how is it usually done?
Okay, well, Access Jamaica, basically as the name suggests, Dervan, it is PICA bringing Jamaica and all the services that we offer to members within the diaspora. So primarily, we will be facilitating persons who need their passport, whether it's a renewal, a new passport. We would have some persons in the diaspora who, for example, would have lost their passport, or they would have had a passport from the 1980s and would now need a renewal. So we facilitate all those. We also will be having services such as our photograph. So individuals basically can come without a photograph and get their photo statement on spot. One of the beauty of our Access Jamaica is that we offer a full service complement. So if an individual hears about us on the road, they can simply come with their ID and they can get their passport renewed, because we will have notary publics on hand. We have persons who can take photographs, get it certified basically. If they can't find their birth certificate, we will have representatives from RGD as well. They can get access to their birth information and we can be able to process their application on spot with just an ID, for example. We also will be facilitating citizenship. So we may have a few persons in the diaspora who probably have second, third generations. These persons can also benefit from our citizenship by descent, and we will be facilitating that as well. We have a host of services. Persons can get unconditional landing, and this is where if you are a descendant of a Jamaican and you already have a foreign national passport, you can get an unconditional landing stamped in your passport, and that grants you access to Jamaica as a Jamaican citizen. So when you come into the island, there's no limitation on how long you have to stay. Another facility that we'll be offering Dervan is that persons applying for their documents, whether it's a passport or a citizenship certificate, we will be able to send it back to them without them having to come to Jamaica, and it goes directly, whether it's their home or their office. So whatever address they would have indicated that they want it to come to, that is where we'll be sending it. So your passport or your certificate will be sent directly back to you. We also guarantee turnaround times, which is a beauty of our service. So for persons coming to apply for a passport, we will guarantee a turnaround time of 20 working days for the passport to be prepared and sent back to them. So as I said, everything will be done on spot. Persons who basically don't have a birth paper, they can just come in with their ID and they can get their transactions done on the spot. It's a full house complement that we will be taking to the diaspora.
Wow, it sounds like you have a well-oiled machine going there in terms of being able to provide all those services without physically being at Pika, but instead on foreign soil. that is that is tremendous. Hold it there as we get a perspective from Mrs. Rochester Lloyd. Suzette Rochester Lloyd, give us an idea of the nature and extent of the participation, the input, the involvement of VM in this PICA Access Jamaica initiative.
Thank you so very much for that, Dervan. And Passport and Immigration Citizen Agency is one such agency that the society has collaborated for many years, because we have the same target audience, reaching Jamaicans and friends of Jamaicans in the community, in their geographical location, without them having to leave the USA to Jamaica. So it's very important, very interesting, and very timely that the PICA has decided to grace us after the pandemic in the USA, where the persons can come out and access their services. And in a twinning to that, as you're aware, persons will be able to open accounts in Jamaica, get valuable information on how to access savings accounts in Jamaica, the various reasons to save, which of course Victoria Mutual, we are so intricately involved in the weave of the Jamaican community, where we know that savings is so important for your emergency fund, is savings towards a deposit on owning a home. We also offer auto loans in Jamaica, and we're coming on stream soon with our credit card before the year is up, before the end of Q4. In addition to that, Dervan, our VMBS team members will be able to meet our Jamaican clientele in Orlando, and also provide pre-assessment on the spot, where persons will be able to be pre-qualified for a mortgage loan in Jamaica. So persons can contact our office at 305-770-2643, so that we can email the checklist so that they can be pre-assessed on spot. Because as you're aware, there are many developments that are taking place in our island home, and our Jamaican community is so excited. Last year, in 2021, there was a record-breaking year for us, for the society, where we were able to disperse mortgage loans and with record numbers, because of the developments and the properties that are available in Jamaica. And our Jamaicans, of course, when they come here, Dervan, and spend years, the desire is to own a piece of the rock, so that when they retire in their twilight years, they can sit out on the balcony, look out to the shores of the beautiful Caribbean Sea, and drink their Blue Mountain coffee. That is what our Jamaicans talk about. In addition to just owning their retirement or their vacation home, owning real estate is so important, Dervan, because it's one of the greatest ways that persons can create and build wealth. So at Victoria Mutual, we're the leading financial provider of financial services in both new accounts for investment and mortgage loans, and also with our newly innovative team that have reintroduced our express online banking, where persons can go online, access their accounts, they can pay their bills online, and transfer funds between accounts in Jamaica. So that is also one of the services that we'll be talking to the Jamaicans coming out at the Access Jamaica in Orlando. So it's really excited about this initiative. We're twinned it with our annual monthly Bank on the Move, where we visit various cities across the USA, where we reach out to Jamaicans and tell them, encourage them to invest in Jamaica, because Jamaica is our land, our beautiful homeland. And as you know, Dervan, there's nowhere better than yard.
That's right. Well said, well put. It's also an opportunity, isn't it, to is a Victoria Mutual, and that's what a lot of Jamaicans who have been living overseas for some time would remember. So you have to sort of move between the two names, at least for now.
Yes, thank you so very much for that, Dervan. We're VM Building Society, but our legal still stands as Victoria Mutual Building Society. Mm-hmm. What we have done now is to rebrand all our subsidiaries under the VM Group. So we have the VM Building Society, VM Wealth Management, VM Money Transfer, we have VM Property Services. And of course, it's a moving away from what persons go up the VMBS brand, just as savings and home ownership. Now we have expanded into pension, so we have VM Pension. So with all our companies, and we have 2 offices in the USA, we have 3 offices in the United Kingdom, and of course there are other partnerships that have been formed with Caroline in the Caribbean. So no more is Victoria Mutual just known for savings and mortgage, but we have a plethora of financial services that we're bringing to our Jamaicans living in the diaspora.
Well put. Hold it there. We're coming back to you in a moment, and we need to hear from Mrs. Deli Vassell, Director of Customer Service, Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, of the details in terms of the location or locations next weekend in Orlando, Florida, and also what Jamaicans in Orlando, Florida need to take with them in terms of documents necessary in order to process the various documents. One moment, please.
Importers provide proper invoices for customs when presenting goods for examination. This could prevent delays during clearance. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:30.
Become the hero on the scene by taking the COVID vaccine. Get vaccinated as soon as you get all the facts. Don't listen to the rumors. This vaccine might just make it possible for teachers to sit face to face with schoolers. This vaccine make it safer for everybody, from the young to the elderly. Don't you want to go back to living normally when things were more orderly? And if you want to live a long good life, then
a reading from the word.
Right. So let's get vaccinated along with the heroes on the front line. Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, is having another Access Jamaica event in Orlando, Florida. Come out and apply for or renew your Jamaican passport, get your Jamaican citizenship by descent or by marriage, or apply for unconditional landing. All at the Legends Restaurant Lounge, 5250 International Drive, March 25 to 27, from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The Registrar General's Department will also be there to receive applications for birth, death, and marriage certificates. Other partner agencies include Grace Kennedy Foods, Western Union, JN Money, and the Victoria Mutual Building Society. Access Jamaica, Orlando, March 25 to 27, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Come and access a range of services. Jesus, Jesus, oh Jesus, Jesus, oh how I love to call your name.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious call-in program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us.
You shall live, declare the works of the Lord. Amen. You shall be a living testimony. You're on the Lord's side.
Each man has a brother, remember. Each man's dream has their own. No man is enough.
The Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, is heading to Orlando, Florida. Please spread the word to family members, friends, colleagues, neighbors in Orlando, Florida. Let them know that PICA is coming their way. We've been filling you in, preparing you for that initiative, the PICA Access Jamaica initiative. Our guests, Suzette Rochester Lloyd, Chief Representative Officer of VM Building Society, part of the VM Group. She is the Chief Representative Officer in the Florida Representative Office of VM Building Society. And there's, of course, Mrs. Deli Vassell, who is the Director of Customer Service at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA. And Mrs. Vassell, we're anxious to hear of the location or locations so that the Jamaicans in Orlando, Florida can organize themselves accordingly.
We'll be having this event at the Deserland. It's a car museum. It's at 5250 International Drive in Orlando. It's actually on a mall, so we have ample parking, ample seats, and where our COVID requirement is concerned, that's also a plus for us. What we want to encourage our customers to do, though, Dervan, is to go on our website and register, because that will also help us to ensure that we are prepared for the number of customers. Our website address is www.pica.gov.jm. All they need to do is enter their name, the type of service, and the date that they're planning to come.
Very good. Hold it right there, because the other question now, Suzette Rochester Lloyd, has to do with the extent to which there is a growing interest, for example, with respect to buying property in Jamaica. Is there an opening? Is there likely to be some kind of opening for those who would love to pursue potential property purchasing in Jamaica? Is that a part of the offering?
Yes, thank you so very much for that, Dervan. There are opportunities for getting valuable information on opening savings accounts in Jamaica. We just introduced the iGain Platinum, where the interest rates are as high as 3.5% on US dollar currency and 8.8%. So we're asking customers who are interested in opening accounts to come get valuable information. For existing members, you'll be able to get your records updated. We will have the forms on spot for you to have your records updated so you can have access to online banking. We're going to ask you to take in your valid ID, driver's license or passport or state ID, also a proof of address, such as any utility bill, a bank statement or credit card statement, and of course your social security number card. And we'll also 2 references, of course, and we'll be able to do a telephone reference for those persons who wish to open accounts. Regarding the mortgage the mortgage application process, we ask our clients to provide a detailed credit report from Experian. A minimum score of 660 is applicable. Last 3 months pay advice. And of course, once we get the credit report, the pay advices, and we have them complete an income and expenditure statement, we'll be able to assess their debt service ratio, which should not exceed 45%, and we'll be able to tell them how much they'll be eligible for. And of course, there are many developers that we work with in Jamaica We also have our subsidiary Victoria Mutual Property Services that they can visit, go on their website and look at the various properties that are available across the island. So yes, Dervan, there is a possibility that persons will be able to get pre-assessed on the spot. We're there over the 3 days, as you said, March 25th to March 27th from 8:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the evening. So we're encouraging persons to come out and help and allow Victoria Mutual to own a piece of the rock, of our fabulous rock in Jamaica.
That's right. And the location is that so you'll be at one location, Mrs. Vassal, for the 25th, 26th, and 27th next weekend.
That is correct. That is correct. We have indicated on our social media platforms that we're at the Legends Resto. That is actually on the same venue as Desertland. What we will do is have some persons waiting. We'll have our outside broadcast and all our public events at the Legends Resto. But we will be processing applications. We'll be having our expo at the Desertland, which is a big open area. So everything will be at the same venue on all the 3 days.
Very good. And in terms of the registration, you mentioned it would be advisable for potential clients in the Jamaican diaspora in Orlando, Florida, to register by going to PICA's website, correct?
That is correct. Once you go to the website, or hover is there, it tells you what the cost is based on the service that you want. So what you need to do is just find the link that says register and enter the information. It's a very easy process and all the information is there. We also have on our website, Dervan, a list of all the documentation that will be required based on the category of service.
Mm-hmm. And Suzette Rochester Lloyd, what can you tell us with respect to, based on the changes within the VM group, the extent to which what do they call that now? Your remit, has that been extended or expanded, or is it still within the confines of, as it says here, a representative office?
Yes, thank you so very much for that. We still hold a representative office license, which is a non-banking license, meaning we're non-deposit taking. So we will be able to guide customers on how to make their deposits. We have an association with Citibank New York, where a lockbox still exists in Philadelphia. Persons can do wire transfers, and to find other ways of making deposits to their VMBS account, customers and members can contact our Member Engagement Center at 1-866-967-8627, and that unit will be able to give them additional information on how to make deposits to their existing account. So we're non-deposit taking. We don't accept funds at our office, and also so all the documentations will be sent to Jamaica, because the accounts and the mortgage application process are still domiciled in Jamaica through our lending center and through our group business support service.
And as much as we want the Jamaicans in Orlando, Florida, to go to 5250 International Drive in Orlando, Florida, from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Next weekend, the 25th, 26th, and 27th, we want you to remind those in Florida of where they can find the Florida representative office of VM Building Society.
Yes, our office is located in Miramar. We are 2600 South University Drive, Suite 109 in Miramar. The zip code is 33025. But we are not confined to just one location. Frequently, we frequent different cities with our business development associate and our team to meet with Jamaicans and friends of Jamaicans in their locale. And of course, we see where the pandemic has really changed the way how we do business. It's really business without borders. So we do set up video calls with our clients in different areas. So it's not, persons don't necessarily have to come to Miramar to do business. As we said, this is our twinning of our Bank on the Move, where we go to the various cities every month where we meet our Jamaican community. And notwithstanding that, we still rely on the video, the technology capabilities, Dervan, where we're able to meet and interact with our customers face to face over Zoom, over MSCs, or even over WhatsApp video.
Wonderful. Hold it there because I have one for you coming in from Alberta, Canada, Mrs. Vassal. Sonia in Alberta, Canada is asking, well, she says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Does Pika have any plans to come to Alberta?
Well, I must say, Dervan, we do have plans to come into Toronto within the next couple of months. That is actually on our calendar as an event for our Access Jamaica. So yes, we will be coming to Canada, but we will be in Toronto.
And another one, sorry, go ahead.
Right, you can hear more about that from our social media pages once we have confirmed the date.
And Sonia also says, I would love to have my children obtain their citizenship. Had sent in their application years ago, and because of and the space is blank, I don't know what, they were returned.
Well, if this customer can come to our event, what we'll do is look at the documentation, because remember, at this Access Jamaica Expo, Dervan, we will have senior persons who can review documentation and make decisions on the spot. So if there's an issue with birth paper, for example, or spelling in a name that has to be adjusted, the decision can be made on the spot whether or not we can accept the application. So she can present the documents to the expo for us to review.
Wonderful. All right, we're pretty much over time, but bear with us. When we come back from this break, we're going to wrap. And so the essential information we want to repeat when we come back from this break, just in case there are those who joined us late and missed most of what we've been discussing as the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, gets ready for another of its Access Jamaica initiative, taking on Orlando, Florida, next weekend, 25th, 26th, and 27th.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
Attention seniors, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security is now accepting applications for the social pension program. If you are 75 years or older and do not have a pension or steady income, you should apply. Take your government ID, birth certificate, NIS and TRN cards, and your bank account details. Remember, if you receive PATH or poor relief, your benefit will be transferred to the new program. For more information, call 876-922-8007. The Social Pension Program, caring for our elderly. A message from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
There is a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with approximately only 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people, such as contract workers and the self-employed, do not participate in a formal pension plan, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher.
Get front row access to 5 exhilarating days of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships live on OneSpotMedia.com. Pay-per-view from April 5 to 9. Purchase your early bird season pass for only US $27.99. Offer ends March 27. Or the regular season pass for US $34.99. You may also purchase day passes. Days 1, 2, and 3 for US $10.99 each. Day 4 US $15.99. And day 5 US $20.99. Simply log into One Spot Media, select the pay-per-view tab, and buy your ticket. You may also download the One Spot Media app and watch on the go. Purchase your pay-per-view ticket.
Just as sure as you try to make it by yourself, you're gonna wake up and find you're gonna need somebody else. No vision I love. Oh, yeah. No head stands alone. The Each man has a brother and a member. Each man's dream has your own.
And thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. We're previewing the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA's trip to Orlando, Florida. It's part of their Access Jamaica initiative. For whatever reason, there are Jamaicans in the diaspora who would find it more convenient to have this kind of access to officials of the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency. And so that opportunity is being provided. And we encourage Jamaicans in Orlando and elsewhere in Florida, and I dare say elsewhere in the United States, to take full advantage. It's happening next weekend, the 25th, 26th, and 27th of March, from 8:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon each day. It's happening at Legends Resto and Lounge at 5250 International Drive, Orlando, Florida. And it's quite a range of services, almost all the services that you would normally get addressed at PICA's offices. You are likely to get almost all of those services on location in Orlando, Florida. And so we've been learning more from Mrs. Deli Vassell, Director of Customer Service at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, as well as Suzette Rochester Lloyd, Chief Representative Officer, VMBS, in the representative office in Florida. And we're wrapping in this segment now, so want to repeat essential information. And if there's anything that we missed prior to now, we're happy to share that information now. So now, for you, Suzette Rochester Lloyd, for those who will be looking to VM for options, for developments, for services, for products, is there anything that you would require them to take along with them, or to bear in mind as they prepare to participate, to access PICA's Access Jamaica initiative?
Yes, certainly, Dervan. Managing their liabilities is so important because we're going to be assessing their liabilities that are noted in their credit report. Credit score should be minimum 660. So we're going to ask our customers to retrieve their credit report, and we look at that. We look at their income. We look at their all the debts that they have. And so we're going to ask persons to, if you're thinking about buying property in Jamaica, just be mindful of your liabilities. You want to keep your liabilities as low as possible to ensure that when we do a pre-application for you, you can actually afford the property of your dream, of your choice. So that's one of the key takeaways that we want our customers to be aware of. We're going to ask for their last 3 months pay advice. If the person gets paid bi-weekly, that's 6 to 7 pay periods of statement that will require, the bank account that their salaries are posted to, and of course you'll have them do an income and expenditure statement. So managing their debt is so important, Dervan, because those are the things that we look at to assess the level of affordability that we can undertake in this venture. We want everybody to be aware of, to update your records at Victoria Mutual. In addition to opening an account, you're going to need a proof of address, such as any utility bill, bank statement, or credit card statement. We just need one. We need one valid ID. We need a taxpayer number, which is either your TRN, and your Social Security number card is mandatory under the FATCA, Foreign Accounting Tax Compliance Act. And of course, 2 references, which we will be able to do a telephone reference for those persons. So it's very easy, very simple. And the persons who wish to get more information, to be pre-assessed, to open an account, to have their records updated in Jamaica, to contact our office here in Miramar at 305-770-2643. Again, it's 305-770-2643, and we look forward to assisting our Jamaicans and friends of Jamaicans on achieving financial well-being in Jamaica.
And Mrs. Deli Vassal, certainly, apart from VM on board with the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, for this Access Jamaica initiative, there are other Jamaican agencies and entities and enterprises that are supporting the initiative as well, correct?
That is correct, Dervan. We will also have persons from the Registrar General Department. We will have persons there from the tax administration to assist with their persons TRN. We will also have the JN money services, and we will have representatives as well from the immigration attorney's office. So persons who want to know certain things about their immigration, those individuals will be there as well. So we will have a host of services that you will usually access if you are here in Jamaica, and that will be available at our Access Jamaica.
I don't mean to put pressure on you and the team, Mrs. Vassal, but you know how we are sometimes when as Jamaicans in the diaspora, and we're longing for a piece of Jamaica, and the people might be wondering if there will be any Jamaican refreshments around.
Well, that is a given, Dervan. All of Jamaica will be available.
We have no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Well, we're definitely looking forward, and a good place to start, listeners, if you want to be on board for the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA Access Jamaica initiative. A good place to start is the website, and that's pica.gov.jm. We live in an age now where we no longer need to say www dot. So it's just pica.gov.jm. You type that in the browser, and the information will come up, and there's likely to be a pop-up as well, as I think Mrs. Vassal was saying, so you can see, you will know what to click on in order to register.
Right.
And for those who are a bit skeptical when it comes on to registration, why do you want them to register?
Well, it is important for us, Dervan, because one, we at least will know in advance how many persons to expect, or at least approximately how many persons to expect at the event and the type of services. That way we can ensure we have sufficient staff and resources to cater to their needs. Because one of the things that we look at as well, Dervan, is the length of time our customers will be waiting. And what we don't want is to have persons waiting for too long. In addition to that, we try to maintain the crowd at each event. So when we know in advance how many persons are coming, it helps us to plan to ensure our customers remain safe throughout the event.
Sounds good. So once again, listeners, if you want to learn more about the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA Access Jamaica initiative, which will happen next weekend in Orlando, Florida, the 25th to the 27th of March, you can go to pica.gov.jm to register, so that the team can be fully prepared for all those Jamaicans in Orlando, Florida, and elsewhere in the United States who will be turning out. And I think there's an email address as well. Is it info@pica.gov.jm, Mrs. Vassal?
That's correct, Dervan. So if there's a query, customers can send the query and we will provide a response within 3 working days.
And just before you go, as you mentioned, within 3 working days, what's the working time? What's the turnaround time you're looking at in terms of delivering on whatever documentation you have been asked to on behalf of the Jamaicans in Orlando, Florida?
Okay, so our passport, if a customer is applying for a passport, we guarantee a turnaround time of 20 working days for it to be sent back to them at their location. If they are applying for a citizenship by descent only, we guarantee a turnaround time of 25 working days. If they're applying for both citizenship by descent, and the passport as a combo, we guarantee a turnaround time of 30 working days for it to be sent back to them via courier.
So you have it all worked out. Geez, you're right. As I said earlier on, like a well-oiled machine.
Yes, we are.
Well, we want to wish you and the team at Pika all the very best as you seek to demonstrate how much this world has become borderless, not least of all Jamaica, and that your service to Jamaicans continue to transcend just our borders here. We want to encourage Jamaicans in the diaspora. Don't take it for granted. Take full advantage of the presence of these Jamaican agencies and businesses and institutions that will be at 5250 International Drive in Orlando, Florida, from 8:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon next weekend, the 25th, 26th, and 27th of March. Thank you so much as well, Suzette Rochester Lloyd, for sharing some of your time with us this afternoon. We want to wish you and the VM Group team all the very best and wish you a successful Pika Access Jamaica initiative.
Thank you so much, Dervan. Really appreciate you having us. It's been a pleasure.
Same here. And thank you too, Mrs. Vassal. We'll catch up again soon. It's been a pleasure. Take care. All the best. Mrs. Deli Vassal, Director of Customer Service, Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, and Mrs. Suzette Rochester Lloyd, the Chief Representative Officer at the Florida Representative Office of VMBS, VM Building Society. There's more when we come back from the break. After all, it is still your program, both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM, and we thrive on serving you, whether you're here in Jamaica or the diaspora. Always happy to play our part in that regard. There's more after the break.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Are you an NWC customer with multiple properties? You can add account numbers for those properties to be serviced using a single login profile. Just go to nwcjamaica.com and visit the customer web access portal. Try it now.
Did you know that the National Irrigation Commission Limited is the sole authority for irrigation systems in Jamaica? The National Irrigation Commission Limited enables the improvement in agricultural productivity through the provision of efficient and affordable irrigation to farmers and other customers. Contact them 977-6624 or 977-6727 or visit their website www.nicjamaica.com to learn more. Irrigation, making the difference in agriculture.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelly and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Get front row access to 5 exhilarating days of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championships live on OneSpotMedia.com. Pay-per-view from April 5 to 9. Purchase your early bird season pass for only US $27.99. Offer ends March 27, or the regular season pass for US $34.99. You may also purchase day passes, days 1, 2, and 3 for US $10.99 each. Day 4 US $15.99 and day 5 US $20.99. Simply log into One Spot Media, select the pay-per-view tab, and buy your ticket. You may also download the One Spot Media app and watch on the go. Purchase your pay-per-view ticket.
Each man has a brother. Remember, each man.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we're now back to taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. We're looking at the information here about Champs 2022 Boys and Girls Championships. Tickets go on sale on Monday. Monday, the 21st of March, tickets for Champs will go on sale. What are the conditions? Only fully vaccinated people are invited. All attendees must be pre-registered at tickets.issasports.com. tickets.issasports.com. The website is now open for registration, and tickets can only be purchased. Did you hear that word, only? Tickets can only be purchased at tickets.issasports.com. tickets.issasports.com. Grandstand seating will be every other seat. Grandstand seating, every other seat. Children under 12 will not be allowed entry. And not there is in bold letters, in capital letters. Children under 12 years will not be allowed entry. What are the ticket prices? Check your pockets. That section, the royal box to the finish line, 23,000 Jamaican dollars for the finish line season pass. 23,000 Jamaican dollars for the finish line season pass. 20,000 Jamaican dollars for the regular season pass. And this is grandstand. Now, the 100-meter start, from the point of the 100-meter start to the royal box, 1,000 Jamaican dollars Tuesday, $2,500 Wednesday and Thursday, $4,500 Friday, $7,500 Saturday. Bleachers, $1,500 Friday, $2,500 Saturday. That's the information we have received, and we just shared it for those who have an interest in Champs 2022. Over to you. And we're clearing more messages here on your program, both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. And there is an expectation that there's going to be an explosion, an entertainment explosion this weekend, starting, maybe it has started already, starting today. What with the easing of the restrictions on the entertainment sector, there is that expectation. So please, let us be extra safe. Please don't get carried away. And if you know you can't manage, well, only adults should be drinking, if they so choose. And you know if you can't manage too much of that, don't do too much of it, eh? You must know what you can manage. You must know what you can handle. And don't pretend because you want to show off on people or you want to impress somebody. Please, we want to be extra safe this weekend. The last thing we want is a disaster this weekend. We don't want anything like that. We want it to be a happy weekend. A happy weekend. And in all that we'll be doing this weekend, don't overdo it, please. No need to go over the top. Let's enjoy what little opportunity we're getting this weekend to entertain and to be entertained. Please, just have some fun. Don't bother with the animosity. Take the high road. in the event that there is some kind of an argument or quarrel or disagreement, just take the high road. Somebody just always take the high road so we can quash it and leave it there and we move on. Please. And be extra careful on the roads this weekend. People are so excited now that they want everybody to see the new car and the spoilers on the vehicle and how loud the sound system in the vehicle is, which shouldn't be, by the way. The new Road Traffic Act is supposed to be dealing with that. Those of us who are operating vehicles that are like mobile sound systems, there's a lot. There's a lot. And those who don't want to rush right in right now, nothing is wrong with that. If you want to just sit back a bit and allow some of that pent up energy to permeate and to dissipate eventually, and you want to wait until next weekend or the weekend after next, nothing is wrong with that. Absolutely nothing is wrong with that. But in the meantime, please, Jamaicans, let us demonstrate to our fellow Jamaicans at home and abroad and the world in general that we know how to party responsibly. We know how to party responsibly. How about that? Right. Enough said on that. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Elder Vincent Mattox, how are you? We know you're not going to be partying this weekend, Elder Vincent Mattox. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us. And that is not to say church people don't party, of course. And church people are smarty picnic too. But it is done with a level of decorum and decency and respectability. You get the picture. And sobriety. And we could go on. Sonia Ellis is still with us, and she says, where did her message go? Right, she was asking about VMBS. And thank you, she says. And that was a dash between the quote, LOL. All right. I got that one late, Sonia. Thank you very much. Let's go over to YouTube and see what our listeners are saying and viewers. Let's see. Owen, this one says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Blessings. That's from Donovan. Owen Ferguson says, Dervan, why don't you leave the sports for the sports channels? Because there are those who have an interest in both news and sports. And if there is a significant match or game or sporting event of interest that we know is of interest to the general public, we usually play our part in that regard in getting the information out there. Right? So we are, having said that, we're going to give you an update on the second test match between West Indies and England, which is being played at the Kensington Oval in Bridgetown, Barbados. The West Indies are still fighting. Are you kidding me? The West Indies are still fighting. Hold on a moment. Let's look at the scorecard. They have, oops, I spoke too soon. Ouch. We just lost another wicket. Okay, look at what I did know. Look at what I did know. I'm sure somebody's saying I jinxed them. Oh boy. All right, let's look at the big picture. Let's see. Let's see what the scoreboard looks like. So Craig Brathwaite, the West Indies captain, has in fact achieved a century. He has scored a century. He's 109 not out. He has so far faced 325 balls, smashing 12 fours. And the batsman at the crease, well, Alzari Joseph is there, yet to get off the mark. But we have two centurions because Jermaine Blackwood, the Jamaican on the West Indies team. Jermaine Blackwood got a century as well, 102. He was trapped LBW by Lawrence of England, and so he was out for 102, having faced 215 balls and smashing 11 of those balls to the boundary for 4. And so the West Indies are 284 for 4. 284 for 4. Let's see, how many overs left in the day? How many overs left in the day? Where is that information? Overs left in the day. Where is it? Current run rate. Current run rate is 2.51. Overs remaining, 4. 4 overs remaining. 4 overs left in the day. And the West Indies are fighting. Maybe they drew some inspiration from the women who fought valiantly to beat Bangladesh by 4 runs within the last 24 hours. Natalie Winter from Washington Gardens. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. Raquel Brown says that's good news coming from Canada. That's in reference with the scrapping as of the 1st of April, the scrapping of the test, the COVID test to travel. As of the 1st of April, and no fooling here, no fooling. As of the 1st of April, you won't need to do that. Travelers to Canada will not need to do that. Andrew Andre Johnson says, good evening, good afternoon. Still afternoon here in Jamaica. Andrew Andre Johnson, he says, Mr. Malcolm, keep up the good work. We'll do our best and have a great weekend, he says. Thank you very much. Where are we? Let's take the break. Let's take the break and then we come back with more in just a moment.
Get high-quality blinds into beautiful windows, drapes, and wooden flooring from Sam the Blind Man, 40 Barnett Street, Montego Bay. The time by Sam the Blind Man is 4:15.
The Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA is having another Access Jamaica event in Orlando, Florida. Come out and apply for or renew your Jamaican passport. Get your Jamaican citizenship by descent or by marriage, or apply for unconditional landing. Call at the Legends Resto and Lounge, 5250 International Drive, March 25 to 27, from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The Registrar General's Department will also be there to receive applications for birth, death, and marriage certificates. Other partner agencies include Grace Kennedy Foods, Western Union, J&M Money, and the Victoria Mutual Building Society. Access Jamaica Orlando, March 25 to 27, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Come and access a range of services.
RJR, Dina Group, it's a cross-country invasion.
Listen every Friday hits 92 FM rocks with our weekly Invasion Studio Jam.
Powered by John Batonic Wine, strengthen your body, make the attack.
Hosted by Scott the Thunder Wilson. Alongside the Corn Boss with music by DJ Xavier.
And featuring performances showcasing artists from the 4 regions of the 2022 cross-country invasion.
That's this and every March Friday we turn up the cross-country invasion.
It's a cross-country invasion. It's a cross-country invasion.
The following is a public service announcement. Power 106 FM has been informed that unscrupulous persons are calling members of the public, attempting to trick them that they've won a Power 106 FM and Digicel promotion. Power 106 FM is not involved in any such promotion and is advising persons that receive such calls that this is a scam. Once again, Power 106 FM has no current promotions. Thus, persons receiving calls that they've won prizes from a Power 106 FM promotion should not believe it, because this is a scam. The proceeding was a public service announcement.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:17. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:17. 现在几点了？4:17. 17 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. And the time just changed. It's now 18 minutes past 4 o'clock. Have you had a checkup lately? Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. And children, students, have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all the schoolers listening to us. Yes, young people, we know it's a Friday, but you know what we always say? Have some fun doing the homework now so you can have some more fun this weekend. How about that? And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people, as we continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. The numbers to call, 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, you can call us. You can call us via WhatsApp as well. 876-365-3346. In fact, I think we've been neglecting those on WhatsApp. We're in trouble now. Where do we start? All right, where do we start? Let's go with Cuban in Georgia. Says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. How are you doing today? Just got back live broadcasting yesterday, and I'm happy. Blessings, Power 106 for the people. Jermaine Blackwood bowled, but is a no ball. The bowler's foot is way over the line. Oh, that was earlier on. 100 not out. Oh, you're saying Jermaine Blackwood was bowled, but it was a no ball, and therefore got you. He got a life there, so to speak. And 100 not out, Craig Brathwaite. So Cuban in Georgia was updating us on WhatsApp while we were dealing with other matters. And he goes on to say, Sir Malcolm, why our people and government continue to thrive in dirt and nastiness in the capital city for decades. St. William Grant Park is a disgrace. Why Kingston continue to sleep? If a government cannot keep its capital city clean, how can they say they're running a clean government, Sir Malcolm? Well, of course, you know, without a doubt, government has a duty. Government has a responsibility to ensure a properly hygienic environment, etc., etc. But let's not forget, Cuban in Georgia, that we, the people, have a responsibility. We are the ones who are rushing to the nearest column at St. William Grant Park to urinate. Yeah, we're the ones who just go to find the nearest column at St. William Grant Park. Now, how does a government police that? How do you police that? And we're supposed to have environmental wardens in Jamaica. I'm not sure if that program is even still going. But personal responsibility makes a world of good. A world of good. But ultimately, it will always fall back to the government. Where the citizenry fails, the government steps in. Shouldn't have to be that way. but invariably that's how it works out. This one says, "Hi, Sir D. You know that many of us as Jamaicans are so foolish in our thoughts. Couldn't they have deducted from the Prime Minister's speech regarding charging those members of Parliament who were seen without masks that he was using satire? The PM cannot charge anyone who breaks rules. So it must be that he was trying to make a joke and they took it serious." Oh boy. Well, my late mother would say, the frog say what is joke to you is dead to him. And it is a serious matter without a doubt in terms of public officials seemingly not leading by example in terms of mask wearing. And even if they are protected under the Disaster Risk Management Act, which up to yesterday was still in place, but there are about three different ways or three different questions in relation to how these matters are dealt with. Is whatever was done, was it legal? Was it criminal? Was it immoral? So it can be one of those three. It could have been illegal. It could have been criminal. And it also could have been immoral. And that last one depends solely on the individual. The individual. And if it is that something illegal was done, well, those who are vested with the authority to act should act. If it is that the actions or the presence of that group of politicians was covered under the Disaster Risk Management Act, then so be it. And so on and so forth. There's no magic to it. Was it illegal? Was it criminal? Was it immoral? Which one was it? This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com. What is this now? The Gleaner joins Trend Media Trinidad Express in piloting Publisher Alliance. The Gleaner has partnered with the Trinidad Express and Trend Media, developers of Loop News, in a push to promote and protect the indigenous Caribbean media industry. Hold on, this is a breaking story. Let's see here. So the Gleaner has partnered with the Trinidad Express and Trend Media developers. Trend Media are the developers of Loop News, in a push to promote and protect the indigenous Caribbean media industry. Three of the most influential media entities in the region, the companies are piloting the initiative aimed at promoting and protecting the indigenous Caribbean digital news industry for consumers and to promote best-in-class standards for their advertising partners. Publisher alliances are able to deliver the high standard of quality brands and agencies expect when investing in marketing, regardless of the changes in the advertising landscape. The Gleaner is pleased to be embarking on another aspect of its digital transformation journey, which holds potential for further diversification of revenue sources for its market-leading online offerings. Those are the words of Christopher Barnes, Chief Operating Officer of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group, of which the Gleaner Company Media Limited is a subsidiary. The partnership with other publishers and tech partners, once successful, would add to the traditional sources of direct placements and the affiliate advertising available through big tech. The Gleaner looks forward to the benefits to be derived from this new partnership. Mark Corrigan, general manager of Trend Media, noted that publisher alliances were being pitched globally to help advertisers capitalize on the increase in digital content consumption. And the story goes on and on and on and on and on. So you can read on at the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com, and you can make of that what you wish. There is a critical demonstration that was done at, when was this? This was today, was it? Let's see. No, yesterday. Yesterday at, which school was this now? This was, which school was this? But there was a demonstration or a sensitization session for students at Alpha Infant School. Sensitization session for students at Alpha Infant School on survival tips in the event they are forgotten or locked inside a motor vehicle. This is critical. This marked the launch of the Kingston Eastern Division Child Vehicle Safety Initiative. This is the Kingston Eastern Division Child Vehicle Safety Initiative. You would recall that we have had at least 2 instances within the last few months of infants being forgotten in motor vehicles and sadly and tragically dying for want of attention. And here we have the Kingston Eastern Division rolling out their initiative, the Child Vehicle Safety Initiative. Well done, Kingston Eastern Division of the Constabulary.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
Exporters, importers, traders, all stakeholders. The Jamaica Customs Agency presents its first Trade Facilitation Symposium under the theme Balancing Trade Facilitation and Compliance. Wednesday, March 23, 2022 from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. live on the Jamaica Customs Agency's YouTube channel. That's the Jamaica Customs Agency's virtual symposium on trade, March 23, 2022 at 10 a.m. This is a symposium you can't afford to miss. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus. The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
All you'll ever need to know about agriculture in the 21st century, packed into one program. Farm Talk with Althea Mackenzie. Farm Talk, showcasing cutting-edge agricultural products, services, and practices. Farm Talk, keeping focus on issues affecting the farming community. Farm Talk, stimulating discourse to propel agriculture as a national tool for development. Farm Talk with Althea Mackenzie, the farmer's best friend.
When I listen to you in the mornings and the way you interview the people so that us as farmers can really understand, you break it down, it's really powerful.
Wake up to Farm Talk, weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Que hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 28. Tiens, TDN le, O Dien, Cha R, Shur Ba Fen. 28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica continues to put out data that can help us to better analyze and to better plan and just to make more informed decisions. So, for example, they have published the international merchandise trade numbers. So Jamaica's total spending on imports and earnings from exports for the period January to November 2021 increased by 25.2%. So let's take them one at a time. So 25.2% and 20.2% respectively. So the amount of money that we spent on imports between January and November, between January and November last year, the amount of money we spent importing goods or on imported goods between January and November last year increased by 25.2%. The amount of money spent on imports between January and November 2021 increased by 25.2%. Now, the amount of money we earned from exports for the same period increased by 20.2%. Ideally, that's the number for the percentage for exports. That's the number we want to be much bigger than the one for imports. We want to earn more from exports and minimize the need for any significant portions of imports. So we want to export more and import less. Expenditure on imports for the period amounted to $5,389.4 million compared to $4,303.8 million for the same period, the corresponding period in 2020. So that's the comparison between 2021 and 2020. The increase in imports was mainly attributed to higher imports of, listen to it, what do you think is responsible for the increase in imports? The increase in imports was mainly attributed to, who wants to guess that? Send us a message or give us a quick call. Which area, which item do you think is responsible for the increase in imports? Which is the leading item there? Who wants to give that a try? Which area do you think is responsible? Which area helped to drive the cost of imports overall, contributed to the overall increase in imports? Nobody wants to try? Let's see. All right, we don't see anybody trying. So we will tell you. It's easy. It's a giveaway. Fuels and lubricants. Fuels and lubricants. The increase in imports was mainly attributed to higher imports of fuels and lubricants. What's the percentage there? 68.3%. 68.3%. 8.3%. Raw materials, intermediate goods, 23.3%, and consumer goods, 11.4%. So that's the breakdown of the areas that contributed to the higher cost of imports. Fuels and lubricants, leading the way, 68.3%. Raw materials and intermediate goods, 23.3%, and consumer goods, 11.4%. Now, the earnings from total exports for January to November 2021 were valued at $1,336.6 million, which, as we said earlier on, was 20.2% above the $1,111.6 million earned in the comparable review period. The increase in exports was driven mainly by higher exports of mineral fuels, which rose by 94.2%. That sounds like the new oil. The increase in exports, as in from Jamaica to the rest of the world, was driven mainly by higher exports of mineral fuels. Now, what are we talking about there? Coal, petroleum, natural gas. We need to inquire further into this development. Looks like this area is quite lucrative. 94.2% more than the year before. Domestic exports rose by 12.1%. Domestic exports rose by 12.1% to $1,192.3 million US dollars, and accounted for 89.2% of total exports. That's encouraging. Domestic exports accounting for 89.2% of total exports. This increase, we're told, was primarily due to the 30.3% rise in exports from the manufacturing sector. The increase was primarily due to the 30.3% rise in exports from the manufacturing sector or industry. Those exports were valued at $663 million US dollars. $663 million US dollars. Earnings from agriculture increased by 8.7% to $75.6 million US dollars. So as much as we continue to struggle in relative terms, in terms of ramping up agricultural production, we're still managing to increase the earnings from the agricultural sector by 8.7% to $75.6 million US dollars. And this is exports. While revenues from the mining and quarrying industry declined by 5.9% to $440.8 million. Who are our main trading partners now? Let's take a look. During the January to November 2021 review period, the following countries were Jamaica's top 5 trading partners. The following countries were Jamaica's top 5 trading partners between January and November 2021. Which country do you think heads the list? That's too easy. Top 5 trading partners for Jamaica between January and November 2021. The United States of America is number 1. Brazil, number 2, China, number 3, Japan, number 4, and Turkey, number 5. So those are the top 5 countries that Jamaica, top 5 Jamaican trading partners for the period of January to November 2021. The United States of America, number 1, Brazil, number 2, China, number 3, Japan, number 4, Turkey, number 5. The imports from these countries rose by 28.4% to $3,385.9 million US dollars, accounting for 62.8% of total expenditure. Just these 5 countries. This increase was due chiefly to higher imports of crude oil from Brazil and motor spirit from the USA. Crude oil from Brazil and motor spirit from the USA. And what are we talking about? Gasoline, petrol, petroleum-derived liquids, and so that was that. No, so these were the top 5 trading partners in terms of imports. In terms of imports, USA, Brazil, China, Japan, Turkey. Now, in terms of exports, Jamaica's top 5 export partners for January to November 2021 were the United States of America, the Netherlands, Canada, the United Kingdom, and guess where? The Russian Federation. Those were Jamaica's top 5 export partners for January to November 2021.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45. I see it, because one day my little business is going to be a big deal.
Yeah, and I make sure to put away a little something for my son. Better safe than sorry. And thanks to JDIC, deposit insurance protection on my savings gone up.
You've been upgraded. Deposits held in commercial banks, building societies, and merchant banks are covered under the JDIC Deposit Insurance Scheme up to $1.2 million per depositor per institution.
The JDIC is big protection for every little thing that matters to me.
No, that's near real upgrade.
JDIC, protecting deposits for you and me.
There is a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with approximately only 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people, such as contract workers and the self-employed, do not participate in a formal pension plan, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher.
The following is a public service announcement. Power 106 FM has been informed that unscrupulous persons are calling members of the public, attempting to trick them that they've won a Power 106 FM and digital promotion. Power 106 FM is not involved in any such promotion and is advising persons that receive such calls that this is a scam. Once again, Power 106 FM has no current promotions. Thus, persons receiving calls that they've won prizes from a Power 106 FM promotion should not believe it, because this is a scam. The proceeding was a public service announcement.
You're gonna wake up and find you're gonna need somebody else. No, it's my love. Oh, yeah. No man stands alone. Each man has a brother.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:13. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:13. Cienzai Tidian le U Dien Cha Shi San Fen. 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's clear some messages. Oh, were we finished? Hold on. We needed to finish the information from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin. Right, we were making the point that Jamaica's top 5 export partners for the period January to November 2021 were the USA, the Netherlands, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the Russian Federation. Earnings from these countries increased by 17.2% to $964.7 million US dollars, accounting for 72.2% of total exports. So 72.2% of Jamaica's exports went to in order of in a particular order, in order of first to fifth: USA, the Netherlands, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the Russian Federation. And we thank the Statistical Institute of Jamaica. They do such great work, and they are able to present the information in simple ways, simple ways. Thank you, Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, for your work. Thank you very much. And the numbers can be broken down in other ways, but we're going to leave it there for now in the interest of time. But thank you very much, Statin. Well done. Let's go to Steve in Toronto, Canada. He says, Dervan, are visitors to Jamaica required to do PCR or antigen tests, or do you still have to complete the app? Well, I was busy making my way, let me see, yes, making my way to Kellits in Clarendon yesterday and broadcasting from 2 to 5, and then returning to Kingston. And so I didn't hear any of the announcements as they were unfolding, the announcements by the Prime Minister. But what I have subsequently read, in respect of your question, Steve, the Disaster Risk Management Act, under which the provisions for requirements for PCR or antigen tests would fall, would therefore would now be null and void, because the Disaster Risk Management Act has been lifted. It's no longer in force. So it means everything that fell under that act, within the purview of that act, would also have fallen with it, unless we're otherwise advised. So, for example, we're advised that those of us who test positive for COVID must isolate. We must isolate. Laboratories must protect privacy and let me get this right. Laboratories must protect the privacy of people tested positive for COVID. So the labs are not at liberty to release the patient's record, essentially, to tell somebody who wants to find out whether the patient who tested positive or negative. So they're not at liberty to disclose that information. Hand washing and sanitization measures must continue. Mask wearing is recommended in enclosed spaces. That's as much of the information that I'm aware of at this point. I'm not sure. I can only say, Steve, on the basis of the lifting of the Disaster Risk Management Act. All that fell under that act and were supposed to happen under that act are no longer in place or in force. And so right now it's about taking personal responsibility. But if you test positive, you should isolate. It's just the right thing to do. I don't know. I'm not sure if I've been of much help to you, Steve, because I was busy in Kellets yesterday, so I didn't get to digest all of this. And so we'll leave that there. Renee Beckley in Michigan says, Power 106 FM back on the air since yesterday. I heard Althea and Dahlia. Thank you, Dervan and station manager. The sound is better than ever. Sounds almost like they're here in my living room. Yes, indeed. We did notice the difference this morning. There's a particular radio, because we have a few radios in the house. So there's a particular radio in my little home office where I had not been able to pick up Power 106 clearly within my home office. Can you believe that? For quite some time. And I didn't even notice the difference until it hit me this morning while I was working. Was it this morning while I was working? And I went, hold on, I'm hearing the radio clearly. And then I realized something had happened. And then I listened to the radio, to Power 106 on the car radio, and realized that something happened. So well done to the engineering team, 40 plus strong. So they can't be wrong, right? Not quite. Thank you very much, engineers. I think we still have some work to do. 106.9 still sounds like it's in the doldrums. I don't know if that has changed since the last time I listened. Sounds like it needs some more treble or something like that. Right. Who else is online? Sonia Ellis says, and Dervan, you do an excellent job serving us in the diaspora. Thank you very much. You're very kind, Sonia. Happy to oblige. Rani Bell in St. Thomas says, good day, blessings. Good day, blessings to you too, Rani Bell. Have you heard that we, all things being well, we're supposed to be in church on Sunday? Will you be joining us in church, part of the RGR Gleaner Communications group, cross country? Will you be joining us, Rani Bell? Because that's where we'll be on Sunday, all things being well. The service starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. It will be at St. David's Anglican Church. I believe that is in Yallas. St. David's Anglican Church in Yallas. That's where the service will be. And well, we already heard from Norman. Was it Norman earlier on who said he would not be able to attend? I think it was Norman earlier on. And who else? Somebody else as well. Did Velta Wilson comment on that? I think she said if it were in Morant Bay, then that would be fine for her. She would definitely attend the church service. So what do you say now, Rani Bell? Will you be attending the church service, or it's not in your area? All right, you'll tell us eventually. Steve in Toronto, Canada, is asking a question about chicken back. I'm not sure. What about chicken back, Steve? Did you have a meal of chicken back today? Is that it? That you want to tell us about? Help us there, Steve. We're not sure. And he says here as well, or agricultural produce. Oil, he eventually figured it out. Oh, that was in respect of the question. I'm sure you were being cheeky on the subject of chicken back, Steve. Sonia says the PM cannot charge anyone, but like how he has done for others, he could have sent the video to the police to have them review it and take the necessary steps, even if the DPP finally concludes that they could not be charged. Well, we're unequivocal when it comes to the law. I don't care who the guy is, even if that guy is me. Take no one's word for anything, including mine, but trust your experience. So we believe in the law, the supremacy of the law. And that's the side on which we come down. That's the side on which we rest. The side of the law. Whatever the law says. If we break the law, as Bob Marley says, I don't care who the guy is. Whatever the law says, let the law be enforced. We know what the choices have consequences. And so we have to deal with the consequences. Right. Annette Bless says, true, downtown Kingston in a mess. Derek Harris, good afternoon to you. Dorothy Facey, good afternoon to you too. Sonia asks, was it illegal? Was it immoral? Was it when the ordinary citizen was arrested and charged for a similar thing, since it was not an artist launching an album, taken to court and charged a phenomenal amount, could not afford it, and served time? This is what I'm saying. And this is what I've been saying. I like to reference the song by Brian and Tony Gold. Seems there is one law for the rich and another law for the poor. And I don't want to be around for the hotter claps when the poor can't take no more. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Friday, the 18th of March, 2022. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on. Nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns Monday afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm inviting you to join us if you're able to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning for the Jamaican Diaspora live online, 6 to 9 in the morning. Till then, let's remember every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
No man stands alone. Each man has a brother and a member. Each man has their own.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Coming up in the news segment of Beyond with the headlines today, Friday, March 18, 2022. Government revising incentive program to boost construction of affordable homes in Kingston and St. Andrew. Employees of the Vocational Training Development Institute and National Council on Technical and Vocational Education and Training strike for a second day. Southborough community in Portmore again rocked by violence. A single employee killed in vehicular collision.